What no one has told you about negative emotions is that, first of all, they aren't bad. They're negative, but just because they're negative doesn't mean they are bad. They're a feedback mechanism that's telling us that we're doing something negative. Without them, we wouldn't be able to survive. They're crucial for survival because otherwise, we wouldn't know when we were doing something bad or something wrong. So we would just continue doing bad things, which would just lead to death. So they are important. They're negative. They're telling us that we're doing something negative wrong. That does not mean that they are bad and should be seen as something that we shouldn't feel. They're very important and we should not neglect these negative emotions. Try to see them more as a warning instead of just a bad feeling, because that's what they are. They're warning you that you're doing something wrong and that you need to change. You should see them more in a positive light, that I can use this sign to change, to be better. Because if we wouldn't notice that we were doing something wrong, we wouldn't be able to improve. But now that you have this opportunity, you see that you don't feel great, you've done something wrong, you feel resentful, guilty, or any negative emotion. That means that you can change, you can improve, and you should take that opportunity and do something about it. The reason negative emotions appear in the first place is because we're doing something that we don't believe is right. You could know exactly what you should be doing, but you do the opposite, or you know you should go in and act, but you don't act. That's gonna make you feel terrible. It's not gonna be a pleasant feeling at all because it's telling you that you're doing the wrong thing and you know it. That's why you feel bad. You have to notice these signs. That's what it's all about. When we can notice that we feel like this and accept that it's fine to feel like this, we're not gonna spiral down in this negative loop of just never finding the cause for why we feel it. We just think there's something wrong with us. It's not wrong with us, it's just that we act wrong. And if we can find the cause and notice that whenever you feel like maybe resentful, maybe that means that you need to speak up and tell the truth or something similar to that. If we can just find the reason for why we're going to feel these negative emotions, then we can do something about it, and that's gonna stop the negative emotion completely, because then you're doing the right thing. You're gonna start to feel positive emotions. So negative emotions aren't bad, they're just negative, telling us that we're doing something wrong. But the thing is, even though you know that, okay, I feel this negative emotion and I think the reason for it is because I'm not speaking up when this guy is saying this to me, we're still gonna stay and not change because we don't trust ourselves. We don't think that our intuition is good enough. We think that the things that we feel, the things that our inner voice is telling us are wrong. And when we don't trust ourselves, we're gonna feel so much more less confident, and people are going to view us as less confident and they won't take us seriously because we don't take ourselves seriously. We need to trust ourselves. That's only by trusting that you know the right thing, or you're gonna be able to have the courage to stand up for yourself and do the right thing. Because if you don't even believe that you're doing the right thing and you don't trust that you're doing the right thing, you're not gonna do it because you think that you're wrong, but you're not. You have to start trusting yourself. And just to clarify, just because you trust yourself and do what you think is right does not mean that you will only care about yourself and don't do anything for others or listen to others. It just means that you're going to do the right thing. So the key thing to take away from this video is that you can't blind yourself from these negative emotions. Don't hide from them, accept that you're feeling them. Only then are you gonna be able to find the cause for why you feel like it, and you're gonna stop being so confused and go down a negative spiral of just feeling negative emotions but never figuring out the reason why. So you need to accept them, you need to stop blinding yourself from the truth that we feel these negative emotions and it's completely fine. Then we're gonna be able to change and do something about it because we're gonna have the courage and trust ourselves that what we know is the right thing to do. So the next time you notice these signs, the next time you feel a negative emotion, that's when you need to notice that you feel it. You need to accept that you feel it, and you need to try to find the reason for why you feel like it. Only then are you gonna be able to change, and you're gonna feel all of the positive emotions because you're doing the right thing, you're changing, and you're doing the thing that you were meant to do. You stop blinding yourself from the truth that you know, and you start trusting yourself, and you develop the courage to do the right thing. And that's gonna lead to you feeling all of the positive emotions that is just gonna make you so happy and fulfilled. Thanks for listening to this video, and I'll see you in the next one.